Good morning. So today I thought I would take you through one of my favorite glute workouts. It's going to be done circuit style. So we're going to start with stretching, then we're going to get to the workout, the main workout, and then we're going to repeat the whole circuit for 3 times. We actually have 2 circuits, part 1, break, part 2, and then we repeat everything. So if you need to slow down at any part, or if you need to pause, then be my guest, feel free. This is for you after all. And let's start. So the equipment that I would think is necessary for this workout is if you have any bands, any type of resistance bands, or if you have any ankle weights, anything that can add intensity. But if you're a beginner, I wouldn't even stress over this, as long as we're getting the body moving. So let's start. I want you first to we're going to start by stretching. We're going to start by stretching the lower body, and we're going to start with the pigeon stretch. So what I need you to do is, if you've never done it before, is basically move your knee forward and lean into the knee, into like a low lunge position, but this time we're just completely on the mat. So we're starting off like this. This is what I want you to look like. And we're doing this for a count of 3 breaths. So deep belly breaths. All right, now we're switching legs, and we're gonna do we're gonna keep the rhythm of the breathing going. So in full position, we're doing what is called a pigeon stretch, and what this does is actually stretches the hip and the glutes muscles, and this is very important because we're going to be targeting those actual muscles now. All right, now we're going to switch into a low lunge. A low lunge, so we put our left foot forward, and we just have a slight lean of the torso, and the hips are square. And we're doing this for another 3 breaths. And really try to, if you're really feeling up for it, lean forward, put your hands forward and just lean into it. And feel that stretch. And if it gets tough, you breathe into it, but you don't stop. All right. Next, we have the right leg forward. Place your right leg here and lean into it, keeping those hips square. All right. I'm feeling a bit warmed up here, which is good. So now what I want you to do is get up to stand up, and we're gonna do leg lifts. So a leg lift essentially is just stretching out the hip. So I just want you to actually kick just for 10 reps on this side, and then 10 reps on the other side. So we're at 7, 8, actually I think we're at 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just warming up the lower body. So we're kicking the leg upwards here, and this is the range of motion. We're not going any lower, we're not going any higher. It's for 10 reps. All right, we're good for that. And now I want you to do I always do this one. It's a squat stretch. So you're basically just in a squat position, and you're keeping open your knees, but putting with your elbows. So we're gonna do this for a count of 3 breaths as well. Into a squat position. And you can wiggle into it, but I want your elbows to be actively pushing out here, keeping the hips open and square as well. We're gonna start the workout in just a few seconds. All right, so I'm just gonna let you guys know, for this workout, we're gonna be performing every exercise for 1 minute. So we're gonna start with a bridge and an isohold. So for this one, I'm going to bring out my band, and you can use any type of resistance band. This is a cloth one, but you could use rubbery bands. You could use anything. You don't even have to use a band. But we're just getting started, targeting the glutes with this exercise. This is called a bridge, and we're going to perform an isohold, which means we're going to hold it for 3 seconds or less, or even more at the top. So let's start with the bridge. So I have my band here. I want my knees out, and we're going to perform for 1 minute. So I'm going to just move a bit sideways to show you, and we're starting this together. So to really push up Notice how my knees are facing outwards. This is what I want. And we're doing this for a minute straight. Now I want you to pause at the top, go back down. Really contract and feel every repetition. I'm going to go back here, just so I can focus. I want my gaze forward, and I want your gaze forward as well, and your knees outwards for this entire movement. And try to squeeze at the top. Try to engage your mind and your muscles. We got 2 more seconds, and hold. And that's it. Good job. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next exercise. And the next exercise is, we're gonna do 1 minute of kickbacks. And for this, you can use the ankle weights, but I'm gonna just stick to using the bands. So here we go. We're gonna start with the right leg and then move on to the left leg. Here, we're kicking upwards, and I want this part in full extension. So I want you to focus on how your knee is driving upwards, and how your glute is working when it's up. We're doing this for 30 seconds on each leg. So on my right leg, kicking up. Whew. Feeling that burn. All right. And now we're switching, left leg, kicking up. Kicking as if you have something behind you, but you're working your glutes. So focusing on that upward movement, nothing else. You're not focusing on any other body part but your glutes. It's called mind-muscle connection. And we're kicking. And if it's too hard for you, then slow down. But I want you to give it your all for this whole minute. All right. Got 5 more seconds. Good job. All right, so we're still on circuit 1, meaning we have 1 more exercise and then we're gonna take a break. So we're moving on to the hip abduction. And for the hip abduction, we're gonna do the same thing, which is hold this is perform everything for every side for 30 seconds. So we're starting with the right side and we're going for 30 seconds. It's really opening up that hip laterally, so facing this way. Notice how you're working the muscle from different angles. This is what's gonna cause it to grow. So, all right, in just a few seconds, we're gonna be switching legs. All right, we switch left leg and we're doing the same movement, which is performing this abductor. Squeezing the glutes on the way out, like this. I don't know if you can see it from behind. All right, you can't, but I'm feeling it from behind, that's for sure. All right. This is tiring. We just want to be kicking with the band, focusing on the knees being outwards, and we've got 5 more seconds. And we're gonna take a break. You can drink your water, etc., etc. All right, now we're done. So we're gonna take a 60-second rest. I'm gonna time that one actually. And during this rest, you can stretch, you can drink your water, you can catch your breath. Because we are going at it pretty intensely, so take it easy for this 1 minute. Really take a break, visualize what's gonna happen for the next circuit. We're gonna be moving on to squats. We're gonna do a lying hip abductor and we're gonna do a lateral walk. So be prepared for what's in store. And we're gonna keep the band on for the squats and the Isohold, because the band really, really helps get that mind-muscle connection. So this is good. All right, we've got 10 more seconds and we're moving on to circuit number 2. Let's get up, let's get moving. So for this one, we're gonna perform a squat and an Isohold. An Isohold just means contracting the muscle on the way down and holding that for 3 to 5 seconds. So we're gonna start together and let's start. We've got a squat and an isohold. So knees out and down into a squat position, and we're gonna hold this for 3 seconds at the bottom. Just really contract that muscle. 1, feel that burn. 3, up, and 1. And we're doing the exact same thing, but I want you to really focus on the glutes contracting and stretching at the bottom, not at the top. The top is just when you push yourself up and you contract here. 2, 3, 1, and push with your heel, not with your toes. So what you want to be engaging is your glutes, not your quads, unless you want to. But this is a glutes workout, so. Full visualization of your muscles pumping up. That's what I do in my workouts, and that's what allows me to really, really enjoy working out. To be fully engaged in the process of fitness. Alright, so we've got 10 more seconds. Just really, really focus on having that perfect descent downwards with your body fully straight, your glutes towards the floor. Hold it. We're holding this one for 5 seconds. Knees out and up. Done. Good job. Alright. Catch my breath after that one. Now we're going to perform the lying hip abductor for a minute. So what you need to do is to lay down, and you can use ankle weights for this, but I'm not going to. So for a minute, we're laying, the toes are pointing downwards. This can be bent, and we're just doing the abductor movement, but while we're laying down. Really focusing on building that muscle. Okay, we've got 4 more seconds on this left side, and then we're moving on to the right side. All right. So, toes pointing downwards, knees fully clenched. I want full engagement. You're fully engaging in this process. So we've got 15 seconds. And kick up. Let your glutes kick up. Against the band, fighting that resistance. So you can get the full results. All right, good job. Now we have one more exercise in the sequence. And that is going to be, just to refresh my memory, it's going to be a lateral band walk. So let's get up and perform this for a good minute. You can keep the band here, or you can put it lower if you prefer, below the knees. I'm personally going to put them here, below here where my ankles are, and I'm going to walk sideways, which is what a lateral band walk is. I just want you to watch this movement. So we're putting the timer on for a minute. So what we're doing is walking by keeping the resistance on the resistance band. So for a minute, taking small steps with purpose and really feeling that contraction with your glutes. Pushing from your ankles outwards. Kind of feel like a chicken, but it's fine. We've got 30 seconds. So I really want that contraction and that squeeze. You can even squeeze your glutes as you're doing this, to get that full benefits of this movement. So laterally, we've got 15 seconds. Whew. Breathe through it. This one really burns, but it's a good one to finish with. Walking sideways like a crab, but it's just a lateral walk. All right. So we finished with this entire circuit. Now what I would recommend, if you're a beginner, is you can stop here, or you could take a 60-second rest and begin the whole 2 circuits with a break over again, and then stretch afterwards. If you're more of an intermediate or an advanced, you can repeat this 2 to 3 more times, and that would be a really good workout for today because you're fully engaged with the muscles. And I hope that you take all the cues and everything very seriously, because you're engaging in a process of building a muscle. It's not gonna happen without you mentally engaging in everything. And it's fun and it's rewarding and you're doing something great for yourself.